Alright, and your favorite math geek is back with one more video. This is question 26 from section 3.1, where we're just trying to get down your basic differential skills and grow them up a little bit. Alright, so first of all, you have a polynomial on the bottom. You can move from the denominator to the top just by simply negating what the power is. So if you had 1 over x to the n, it's the same as x to the minus n, right? And at the same time, you also have a root 5t. If you have a root t, it's the same as t to the 1/2. So let's go through and use those two steps. All right, so start with let's identify what we have. Okay, on the right-hand side, we have a constant on top because root 7 is just a constant, and we have a polynomial on the bottom. On the left-hand side, we have a square root, and under that square root is a constant and a polynomial. All right, so now we are basically going to move the polynomial from the bottom to the top by negating the power. You can think of that t at the bottom as a t to the power of 1. So when it goes to the top, it becomes t to the power of -1. And now since root 7 is a constant, you can move it out in front of the d over dt. And then you just apply your standard polynomial derivative rule, which is you take the power and you put in front. So that's why the -1 is showing in front of the next step. And then you reduce the power by 1. So 1 minus 1 is of course -2, so the new power is -2. And if you times -1 by root 7, you just get a negative root 7. Now if you want to, you could also take that t to the power of -2 and make it a positive power by moving it downstairs, basically reversing the trick that we did earlier. Now for the other half, the square root with the constant and a polynomial, the way I like to think of this is I like to basically separate the square root. You can go root 5 times root t instead of root 5t, right? Now root 5, once again, is just a constant, so we can move it out in front of the d over dt. And now you just have a root t that you're trying to take the derivative of. So it's important to remember that the derivative of, or that you can convert root t to a polynomial to the power of 1/2. And now you just follow your standard polynomial derivative rules. You take the old power and put it in the front, which is the 1/2, and then you subtract 1 from the power. Now, if you're going to subtract 1 from 1/2, it's sometimes easier to think of it as -2 over 2. So you have 1/2 minus 2/2 gets you -1/2, so that's your new power. And now out in front, you had a root 5 and a 1/2. If you multiply those together, you get a root 5 over 2. And that's pretty much it. Now, if you want to, because it's a negative power, you could move that power to the bottom, and you would just end up with root 5 over 2 times t to the 1/2. And if you want to, because it's a t to the 1/2, you could reverse that and change it into a square root. And now you just throw everything together, and you get g primed of t, or the derivative of g with respect to t, is root 5 over 2 square root t minus root 7 over t squared. And that's the solution. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, as I'll be doing more videos in this chapter in the future. And in addition, if you got a specific problem you need help with, consider taking a screenshot of it and just send it to my email address, and I'll try to get around to it when I have time. If you found this useful, great. And I appreciate all the support I've gotten from the community, especially the donations, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.